Warning, this video contains opinions. Correct ones. Okay, please watch the video, bye. Nullscape has 7 total classes, while some being better than others, some shine in different aspects than others. So in my humble 400-hour opinion, I'm going to rank them. Okay, I'll stop now, I'm sorry. A couple of days ago, I asked for your guys' opinion on the best overall class of Nullscape. I also wanted to share my opinion. While these rankings are on screen, the classes are going to be ranked in 5 categories: skill to use, enemy difficulty, movement, gift collection, and is it practical/meta. The lower enemy difficulty is, the harder it is, so classes don't get boosted ratings. For D tier, we have Prisoner. The most use this class has right now is the fact it takes up 55.2 kilobytes on my PC as a PNG, and Bell serves a greater purpose as a team than one Prisoner. No surprise here either, you're faster on foot and pretty floaty. The skill on this class isn't hard at all, and the lowest from every class being a 1 out of 10. It's just WASD and jumps and occasionally touching your parry for momentum killing. 0 mechanics required. Since you're walking faster and can float off stage for a while, as long as you are looking at the screen, the character should play itself. 6 out of 10, pretty easy for the most part. Every time I see a wanted, there's this weird smell that lingers around and it's everywhere. I can even smell it right now on my chair. But I think this is due to the fact that Wanted tries to replicate David Goggins on Nullscape. I do know that the movement and gift collection are
synonymous.
Did you know? This inquisition of data elucidates that the subject's acquisition of neatly wrapped offerings and kinetic energy mobilization are tantamount. Still in C tier, following suit, the class Grappler. Out of any class in the game, Grappler by far has so much tech it would take a while to list everything. It easily takes 10 out of 10 skill to use and is super hard to use practically. This isn't even mentioning the fact that mobile and controller players are just at a disadvantage when playing this class. Juggling enemies on this class can be extremely difficult. For example, with combinations as Blade Bombardment overlapping with Kelowna, it can easily take a shield or take your life if you're not careful. It can lead to some uncomfortable and risky situations, so I'd say it gets a 1 out of 10 being the hardest in the game. You might be wondering why Grappler is only an 8 out of 10 rather than a 10. That's because Grappler's insane burst mobility requires setup beforehand, lacking some instant on-foot options compared to other class. It requires setup, which is where it lacks. You would think such a highly movable class would have great gift collection, but this is weird because there are no gifts in the air and rather on the floor, making this class's collection horrific outside of bee-hopping, which can be hard for non-PC players. Not really a middle tier class, but not the absolute worst of the worst classes, 4 out of 10. Spirit is not much of a my hands are on the keyboard class and more of a I'm playing with my feet and my brain is doing the work for me type of class. This makes its skill become brain skill, and not many people in Nullscape have that, so its skill is middle of the board. If your brain is firing on all cylinders, you will be able to live pretty much indefinitely, as you will be very hard to kill unless you have bad Wi-Fi with Voidbind Operator or for some reason picked Oblivion. This makes it the easiest out of all the classes. Spirit players love Angry Birds and iframing. Its slingshot traversal is handy, but can sometimes take a second to set up, leaving you potentially vulnerable to a shield of spirit form. But slingshots and Angry Birds just so happen to be pretty reliable, so you and Red are a lot more alike than you would think. Since Spirit is wanted with a premium subscription to movement, its gift collection resembles that, especially by the fact when you fling a tiny bit faster than normal and a line to collect, you miss half the gifts, just like Wanted. Spirit's viability depends entirely on how the lobby host feels that day, whether choosing to go to Celestial or picking Oblivion because a level 90 said it was free, while the level 300 aura emoted on top of the pillar and spun around, influencing at least 5 voters to come and pick. I think it's safe to say Spirit's in a weird spot of being hard meta and too awkward to use. Diver's single-use maybe get-out-of-jail-free card is the Swiss Army knife of Nullscape, used for escape, gift collection, map traversal, and being Kelowna's bitch, which can result in dying to the baddies that are evil and trying to kill you. For the survivability, I can best relate it to a stampede of bulls behind you because you will always feel the pressure of enemies more than other classes. Babies, Kelowna, and Sigil can make some dangerous combination and tear this class apart, like a vicious animal devouring its prey in an evil bad way. Diver's movement has insanely good oh shit potential, especially with Shark Tail, but the problem is that it only has one oh shit until you either touch the floor or a refresh object. While you can aura nuke tellies off you by spamming A and D between bunny hops like those Chinese rip-off CSGO gamers, a good diver can minimize the risk of using their own ability. This is done by the I'm going to wait until I'm less scared to dive tech. But if you aren't scared and can mentally keep track of telefraggers and Kelowna, Diver's gift collection pairs directly into its movement. Using low grab before a second gift magnet makes me really wish I was playing any other class, but once that second magnet has been acquired, it becomes Yane Nullscape. Diver is absolutely practical. Jack of all trades in every mode at the expense of difficult survivability. Every time I see a diver, I know the world heals a little more because this is what Nullscape is meant to be. Who's with me, guys? Hello? Anyways, when playing casual, Glider is all sunshine and rainbows, but once you pull up your pants for trip mine modes, it becomes all serious in rainbows. Trip mines show true skill in this class and is difficult to consistently glide over gifts without using 2 subspace barriers and a diffuse kit that thankfully went off, as you never doing that again as you wait for the next round only to repeat the cycle over and over. Enemies aren't too difficult besides maybe Telefragger, but you can easily curse yourself with Voidbreaker's Carousel Curse to avoid this. Spinning around like a little ballerina. Look at you go, you're so good. Oh, you died coming back to the beacon anyways. That's okay though. With Glider's unique movement, there's never been another class that had more fun to play when voiding within the first 40 seconds of the match starting. If you somehow got past this mark, you probably leech to have Hourglass or you don't use your ability. Its movement is excellent because you can LARP Diver and Charger, which are the 2 real best classes. A+ and a gold star from me. Not contrary due to popular belief, planes are faster than cars in a straight line. This makes its gift collection very good because there are plenty of runway tiles created whenever taking off from the airport. Glider is an underrated pick, especially for being a Pampers-friendly class. You also can get great mileage and survivability from this class, taking it to another level and truly mastering it if you wanted to. Charger. Wow, this class can really do it all. You can even choose the skill on it, whether it being because you aren't allowed to operate this vehicle under the influence, or simply bonk too many times for it to be considered you controlling your character rather than the map that does not move. The skill mainly comes not from enemies, but terrain and looking ahead and being prepared. Enemies don't exist for Charger until you're around level 40+, and the difficulty comes in form of teammates and the map sometimes kind of maybe. If you have an Aegis, it doesn't really matter anymore. Charger's movement is the reason for enemies being so simple to deal with, being every wanted player's dream to go faster and synergizes perfectly with the rest of its kit, as well as upgrades. I genuinely believe if Charger didn't exist, casual world records would be a lot lower than they currently are. Because level 122 isn't enough. Oh my god, that's like an entire day of Nullscape. How do you even play that much? Wait, don't look at that. We all know Santa Claus is fake, but Charger alone existing might have the chance to prove that he is real. Grabbing every gift possible in the vicinity of an endless plane just to spread the joy and happiness among others with upgrades, and being #1 most collected just to feel something. The moment the stimulus check hits on level 15, this class literally cannot be compared to the same class you just played on level 14. I don't have anything to say, you just know it's meta, so why would I even bother? So that's it. Those are the rankings for each class in Nullscape. Maybe you agree, maybe you do not. Let me know in the comments. I would like to know what you guys think. Hey, you! That's for not being subscribed. And that's because you're going to like the video, join the Discord, and subscribe.